She turned her husband into a goat until something happened. A story of Zora and Daniel. Zora walked into the living room and froze. Daniel, her husband, was gone. In his place stood a half-man, half-goat creature chewing the couch and tearing papers with his teeth. For a moment, they stared at each other. The man she loved was no longer there. This is the story of Zora and Daniel. Believed in love at first sight until he met Zora. They were introduced by mutual friends at a gathering in Silverbrook City. From the very first day, he couldn't take his eyes off her. Zora was the type of woman who turned heads without trying. Soft-spoken, calm, and stunningly beautiful. Daniel admired that presence. He proposed quickly, and the wedding was grand. Friends, family, and colleagues filled the hall. It was a perfect celebration. After their honeymoon in Coral Bay Island, they returned to their new home in Emerald Heights Estate. Staff stood waiting to welcome them. Welcome, sir. Welcome, madam. Everything felt like a dream. One morning, Zora excitedly set up her tripod. Baby, let's do a video challenge. Rate my outfit. It will help my social media page grow. Daniel agreed, but a work call interrupted. A back-end issue had crashed their company website. He left immediately to fix it. Zora waited, then eventually filmed herself alone. Conference. A month later, Daniel returned home excited. There's a business conference in Northbridge Convention Center. Speakers from global universities, investors, business leaders. Come with me. Zora laughed. You know I don't like those boring events. I'll stay home and pray for you. Daniel attended alone. When there was a session on social media growth, he recorded everything for her. But Zora never listened to the recordings. She scrolled social media all day instead. At Daniel's office in Crystal Tower Plaza, his colleague and business partner, Naomi, often complimented him. Daniel, how do I look today? He answered politely but kept boundaries. Naomi secretly wondered why a successful man like him chose Zora. A year later, Zora still refused to work. Daniel gently encouraged her. Zora, further your education. Let's build something meaningful together. She laughed. My beauty is enough asset. When people see me with you, they respect you more. Daniel sighed. I want more than beauty. I want you to grow. She felt insulted and stopped speaking to him for days. To make peace, Daniel bought her expensive gifts, luxury bags, watches, perfumes. The fashion dream. Eventually, Zora announced, I want to start a world-class fashion brand. Daniel was thrilled. Within a month, he opened a multi-million-dollar boutique for her in Golden Crest District and gave her $30 million to stock it. She traveled to Vermont City in Europe to buy inventory. But when she returned, she confessed she had used the money for cosmetic surgery instead, a BBL and liposuction. I need the body to sell fashion, she said proudly. Daniel was devastated. He had loved her the way she was. Distance and suspicion. Their home became silent. Daniel grew distant but never unfaithful. Zora, however, became paranoid. She searched his pockets. Deleted women's numbers from his phone. Hid in his car trunk once to spy on him. Followed him secretly to a hotel meeting. One day, she accused him publicly during a meeting with a company executive. The executive later cancelled a major contract, saying they needed someone who could manage his own home. Daniel was heartbroken. The temptation. Zora's friend, Selena, encouraged her paranoia. Men look for excuses to cheat, Selena said. Eventually, Selena gave her a mysterious powder. Put a little in his food. It will make him love you more. Zora hesitated, but desperation won. Transformation. The next evening, Zora apologized to Daniel sincerely. I will change. I will study. I will grow. Please forgive me. Daniel smiled for the first time in months. They agreed to start over. She served him his favorite meal, secretly mixed with the powder. Minutes later, Daniel began coughing violently. His breathing changed. Then silence. A low bleating sound filled the room. When Zara returned, a goat stood where Daniel had been, chewing the couch, tearing papers. Its eyes were red. Zora screamed. She called the estate security guard. Please tie this goat outside. Then she called Solina. My husband has turned into a goat. Solina nervously laughed. That's how it works. You wanted him calm and obedient. You didn't tell me he would turn into an animal. Don't involve me, Solina replied and ended the call. Zora collapsed in tears. The next morning, Zora went to Pastor Emmanuel in New Dawn Chapel. I've done something terrible. My husband is no longer human. The pastor followed her home. He saw the goat tied outside. He raised his hands in prayer. The air grew heavy. The goat collapsed. A flash of light appeared. Daniel lay unconscious on the ground, human again. When Daniel regained consciousness, he looked at the pastor, then at Zara. For my peace and safety, I want this marriage to end. I've done my best. But if my wife could go this far, what next? What if it had been poison? Zora cried uncontrollably. I just wanted you to love me. Daniel shook his head. You need help. I wish you well, but I cannot stay. That evening, Zora packed her things and left Emerald Heights Estate. Moral lessons. Marriage is not a reward, it is a responsibility. Love cannot survive where insecurity controls decisions. Growth in marriage must be mutual. Jealousy destroys faster than betrayal. Never use manipulation or shortcuts to fix relationship problems. Choose a partner not just for who they are today, but who they are becoming. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.